Grant and I are going to show you how to replace the inserts, and I said inserts, in this particular cushion because it's not just one.
Right, it looks like it's just one T cushion,
does.
but actually it's a T cushion up here. Then this is one separate one. Here's another one. This is the actual square cushion. So this is the divide between the two.
Yeah, so if you have this particular cushion and you ordered a complete one, you're going to have a problem because, as he just said, there's a divide.
Right, so I would be a little daunted with this, but we're going to break this thing down if I was a homeowner like you. But we're going to break this thing down and get this thing easy as possible, following our directions on UC Private Courses, which is our website where you can order foam. So you want to go underneath the foam order section and go to the T section first, and then we're going to break down exactly what we need to do.
Yeah, so follow us along. Go to ucprivatecourses.com and follow right along to get your price right away.
Exactly. So
and order it right away.
Yeah. So what we have first when we pull up the T section is it says, what foam compression would you like? So we have the 26, 35, it keeps going on, et cetera, et cetera. What is foam compression?
That is how comfortable you're going to be, okay? It's either going to be soft or it's going to be firm. That's how much the foam will give back or fight back or give support when you're sitting on it. That's what the compression is.
How much weight does it take to go down?
Yes,
so
exactly.
Firmness, basically.
So it's important to know, too, before we move on, the thicker the foam, the firmer it's going to feel.
Right.
Okay, now we offer a high density foam, and that is what you want, trust me.
It lasts a lot longer. It's a 10-year warranty with this one.
That's beautiful. And that itself, high density, is going to be firmer than a low density.
Right.
Okay, so this one we've measured earlier. It's already 5.5 inches thick.
That is actual band thickness, just for you guys who don't know. The band thickness of this cover is 5.5 inches. So that means we're going to add an inch to that.
So we're going to be ordering 6.5. That's pretty thick.
That is.
So if this was my recommendation, you have to go with what you want. I would order personally a soft.
Right, which would be 26, exactly. Now, if you wanted something a little bit more firmer, you'd do a 35. You'll see it on the chart. Check out the chart. It's based off of years of experience with this foam, and it will help you figure out exactly what you need to order.
Just a recommendation, order what you want.
Exactly. The second thing that it has on there is the selection of Decor. It comes pre-selected with Decor attached. Now, we suggest just keep it that way.
Yeah, go
Seriously,
with it.
there's no extra cost to it. There's no change in price when you take it off. So with that being said, there's three things that Decor does for your seat cushions.
Right. One, it makes it easier to slide in.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. The other one is the abrasion between the foam and the fabric or leather. It stops that, so
it minimizes
it minimizes it, so it takes the abuse rather than the foam or the fabric.
And the final thing is it allows for the additional crown with your actual cover. Otherwise, it honestly would look like a board if you didn't have it in there.
Yeah.
Very unattractive. Make sure to have the Decor, whether you get it from us or not.
Right, exactly. Now, Decor gives you no support. It just gives you that look and reduces the abrasion.
Exactly. So we got all that out of the way. The next step is to actually start measuring. Like we said, we're starting off and we're underneath on my phone right now to walk you through it, the T cushion section.
Okay.
All right, so this is just a very stout looking T. So we're going to start off with the back width and just the
That would be here.
Exactly. That would be right here to right here.
Okay, so I'm going to go seam to seam, and it's coming up 26.5.
Okay. So
actually, let me just double check it. Yeah, triple check your measurements. It's 26.5.
Excellent. Again, add an inch to all the measurements that you're going to be taking, and make sure you add that into the actual website. Do not start adding in the cover measurements by accident. Add the inch first, then add it into the website.
Right, so we're going to be ordering 27.5 there, right?
Exactly.
Now, if it came up a quarter, round it up. Don't round it down. I think it's best to have more foam than less.
Right, we don't accept quarter inches.
Nope.
In the drop-down list, it's only whole or half.
Nope.
So make sure you have that. The next measurement is the width between the arms, or basically where the arms stop. So right here and there.
Okay, so what I'm getting here is 27.
Okay, so we're going to add 20. We're going to add an inch, so it's going to be 28.
Right, so we can see that it flares out a little bit.
Exactly. So
28 in there.
We got 28. We got 27.5 on the other ones. So let's go ahead and turn this thing around because we're going to be working with this measuring here. That's called the T depth.
The T depth, I'm going right where the 90 is, right where it turns here. Okay, and I'm coming right where it's about to drop. And I'm getting where it's dropping right here. I'm having to eyeball this a little bit. I'm getting 6.
6. So we're going to do 7.
7 inches.
Once when you have all that filled out, that's one section. Another section will appear afterwards, and you can start filling this one out. This is the overall depth of the actual insert.
Okay.
So in this case, it's going to be from here to the front.
Okay. All right. So from there to there, because let me see, we don't have the end here. I'm going to have to see where it starts to turn right here. Okay. So that's going to be a little bit more challenging, but what I'm getting,
it looks like a 10 to me.
I'm getting a 10, actually 10 and a half, I think.
I agree.
I think 10 and a half.
Perfect.
It's going to be a little challenging because, see, this particular cushion really wanted to give us the triple whammy.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is there's no seam here for us to go by.
This is called a bullnose or a rollover cushion.
Exactly. So you're most likely going to have a seam here, and you would just measure from here over to the seam.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's a challenge. Now, say you do have this problem that you're having to deal with. What I would do is recommend is I would take a string, and you can put it right where it's about to make the turn or is making the turn. That is down here.
Take a pin.
Yes.
Wrap the string around there.
Stick pin. Okay. And then you can put it right in the same spot as you did on this side over here, and maybe put a pin there, and then it can hold it itself, and or get someone to hold it, and you could measure back like that. And it's coming down a little bit, but 10 and a half.
Okay.
Okay, so I actually eyeballed it pretty well.
You did.
Okay, so you could do the string method if you do not have a seam. If you have a seam, please just go by the seam.
Make sure
Don't need to do anything else.
That's very true. Make sure too, since this is leather does not like holes from pins.
No, I went into the seam here.
Make sure you go into the seam just like he did, so you don't have holes in your leather by doing that method. So we got 10 and a half, add the extra inch, it's 11 and a half. We're adding that to there as well. So now what we need is the front width.
Okay.
So that would be, we already got the width without the actual T's. That would actually include the T. So that's from here to here.
Okay, so you hold that there for me, please.
Can do.
Okay, so seam to seam, it is coming up 30. It's coming to the back here.
Yep.
It's coming to the back here. I'm getting 37.
Okay.
Okay, and up toward the front, I am getting 38. Okay, I'm getting 38 there. So what I would do for that circumstance, I would stick with probably, I would do the 37 and a half. Okay. So then that means we would order 38 and a half.
Right. It would fill out the 38 still, so you won't be losing anything. So we're going to go ahead and do that measure. So it's 38 and a half.
We're going to order 38 and a half.
Exactly. So the final measurement that you're going to be needing to do is your thickness. And we already talked about that because of the compression. It's 5.5, this thickness between the band.
Yep.
Seam to seam.
So from there to there, seam to seam, as you just said, is 5.5.
Okay, so to order 6.5. Now we have this T cushion already done. You're set to go. Go ahead and place it into the cart, because that way it'll save it to you, save the cart for you, or save it in the cart for you, and you can move on to the next one and just scroll down on your page and go to what is called the Square Seat Cushion Custom Cut 26 Density Foam Insert. It's a long name, but it's fitting because that's what we're going to do for the next one.
And it works.
That's right.
All right, so let's get to that. Okay, so now you're in the square section.
Yep, so we have the square section. The compression is going to be the same because it's going to ask you the same question. Do you want compression? What compression do you want? So
we're going to keep the same, of course.
We're going to keep the same. Again, attached Decor, go forward with it, but you already know the reasons why. The next step is the measurements, and that's what's the next section that's going to pop up after you fill out those two. So you have to fill out those two.
Okay.
Or at least the compression, because the Decor is already pre-selected, but you already knew that.
You got this.
So we have the depth that we need to do, which is the front of this section right here, and all the way to the back.
All the way to the back, and I'm getting 18.
Excellent. So we're going to order 19.
Okay.
Go ahead and put that in there. The next measurement we have is the width. Now, as he's measuring this, I'm going to state this. When you have this long of a section or a side, I should say, you should go ahead and measure in multiple areas. So he's measuring in the front, in the middle, and in the back, just to make sure.
Okay. So up here at the top, I'm getting 27 and a half. And in the center here, I'm getting 28. And back here, I am getting 27 7. Okay, so I would recommend going with 27.5 and make it 28.5 all the way around.
Okay, so
would do.
that's simple enough. So you took the 2 measurements, worked it all out, and that's what we got. So we're going to do.
Because the foam's going to compress.
Yeah, and also you're putting this inside a actual chair. Remember that. So it has padding on the sides too. So it doesn't mean you're going to have gaps in between.
No.
You know, it's going to be fine.
No.
So 28.5 for the depth, and the final measurement that we have is the actual thickness.
Okay, which we know is 5.5, right? Because of the matches the front.
Exactly.
5.5, so we're going to order 6.5.
And that's it. All you have to do now is add it to your cart. If your order happens to be over $125, it ships for free, and you get a 10-year warranty.
Right, this is really good high quality foam we're offering. So you're good to go. You know what not to do. Don't order the whole entire thing when you have this indentation.
Right, and how to break it up to and order different sections as well. So you don't have to feel like you have to stay on that same page, or you can only place one order at a time. You can order this whole thing in one order by separating them up.
Right, so if you have this cushion, you know what to do now. So we'll actually show you how they did this, putting this section in compared to this section. And so you'll be well on your way to be able to use your furniture for years to come still.
Excellent. All right, so now you're finally done, right?
We're done.
Your inserts come in. Now we're going to put them in. And we have 2 different sections that we mentioned well enough before. This is back section and the front section. And then we just need to open up the back zipper, right?
Yep, and then remove the back and then remove the front by opening up the front zipper.
Right, the front zipper is right here. So that's the next step. You can see the inserts that we ordered.
Right there, that's going to be the back, obviously. And this is going to be the front.
Actually, this is going to flip this way because we like to have no Decor near the zipper. So that's how it's going to be for that one. So as you can see, it's quite a bit larger than the actual cover.
But that's good.
That's good. That's the extra inch that we added. It's kind of like filling up a balloon. You need a lot of air to do it. So this is the same thing.
So let's get to it.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to show this to Nick real quick, just so he can see it. There we go. All right. I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice. Wow, that is firmer. That's nice.
Okay, you want to do this one?
Yeah, sure. Oh, this thing's floppy. Can you hold that there?
Yep.
Now I'm going to flip it. It's like 4 inches short.
That's funny.
Look at the camera like, what are you laughing at?
What's so funny?
That's right, stop laughing. Okay, so we're all finished. We got the cushion cover in. It looks good. The only improvement that I want to do is put a little polyfill up in the sides of the T's here. It's not for support, it's just for aesthetics. And you can do the same thing if you have an old throw pillow that you don't want. Take it out of its cover, open up the insert. However, if you have feather, just double check.
Yeah.
Your living room is going to become like a
Like,
mess.
yeah, like a slaughter zone for chickens.
Yeah,
but in any
exactly.
case,
Or you can get an inexpensive one at any store,
Yeah.
a polyfill, if you don't know what that is, and just buy it. It's only like $10. Open it up, fill up in the corners.
you can find it at craft stores. They're really, really available. So don't
Common
worry about that.
practice. Common practice.
Also, too, if you're okay with it, you don't have to do it. Again,
No.
it's just aesthetics.
Right.
The last thing is that we want to mention as well is the reason why they did these cushions, because we saw it previously, you might have said, hey, it looks pretty good. They did it for the actual comfort and the firmness and support that they wanted. So this is a lot firmer.
It is.
So they have a better time enjoying their sofa. So if you have the same problem, if you're like, well, my sofa looks okay, but it's just not that supportive, go ahead and check out the link still, because we might be able to help you with that, with a firmer compression as we talked about beforehand. So
Absolutely.
we hope you guys...
You're sinking too low, it's not comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. It's really uncomfortable. It's like a low rider or something.
Yeah, not
Kinda
cool.
weird.
Yeah, I mean, not in that case.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, hopefully you did, and learned something. If you have any other questions, go ahead and check out our other videos.
And share this one with others.
Yeah, definitely. About the replacing of T's and L's, because sometimes people can get confused with those shapes, but they're really simple to do.
The website, ucprivatecourses.com, covers all those shapes that you're going to be running across. Yeah. Well, at least most of them. We're working on it.
Excellent.